Introductions. My name is Matt.
I'm John.
My name is Will.
Cracks. As I say that.
So, first topic that we're going to talk about is child trafficking and how this shit is an issue. There's been things circulating about Wayfair and about how when you go online, that you go onto their website, there's like pillows, like $40, and then all of a sudden, when you put in a kid's name, that it just skyrockets to $10,000. There's other websites that do this too. It's I think some of them are Walmart or Amazon, for example. Like on Amazon, like if you go to sleeping bags, you type in a kid's name or something like that, and it skyrockets in money too.
Sleeping
Shit's
bags?
fucked up.
Any brand?
I'm pretty sure it's sleeping bags on Amazon and shit like that.
I think I watched it too, and that went from like $24 of just being there, and then all skyrocketed to 10. And he was like, "Let's just use a random name." I just thought it was like Brian or something, so he like typed in Brian, $10,987 plus shipping and handling.
Because I read the comments a lot to try and get some debuffs or something, and I saw someone saying that the price changed the second he put the A in, not when he like finished the name or something.
For real?
Yeah. So I don't know.
So any letter, I guess.
So yeah, I don't know if that there's some people are saying it might be a mistake, just with like typing in one letter and having like, oh, the price is randomly 10,000.
Or.
But yeah, I don't know. That was just something I saw that could possibly counteract it. But I mean, some shifty shit, dude.
That is some shady stuff, especially if the video came true on that, because like if we can find the video that we're talking about and it's actually that name or even like the A, because that could also be it, because like a bunch of.
Fuck, I forget we're recording with my phone, so I can't look shit up.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
the thing.
Isn't
that just wonderful though? Like the technology, like when I feel when people kind of like upset about like, oh, technology ruined us. I just feel like no,
it has its pros as well.
Yeah, we can look stuff up like
There's
this that could just prove our points correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, you want proof? Don't need to wait another episode. We got you. Like,
we got it right here.
Right here, you heard it in the first in the Milky Way. My first joke.
Set this up.
So yeah. So the Wayfair shit. So yeah, apparently if you do that on Amazon and whatnot, all that shit is super fucked, and that shit needs to go down.
So is that connected to the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, or is that just by itself that they're doing that?
I think that it's just like people in power, that like big businesses like that. Okay. They're like trying to, keep spreading it around and stuff like that.
Was it you that sent me the picture too of? They had like a bunch of like shipping crates in the middle of nowhere.
I was literally right about to bring that up too. The fucking shipping crates that like. There was these things that they took drones and whatnot, and they like put them over like these like huge empty spots that Wayfair owns, and then there was like all these like shipping containers just not being used, and people are speculating that like they have like kids in there and shit like that because there's nothing else on the property other than that they own. That's
kind of peculiar, because like when you guys started talking about like that, I was just kind of reading to see if I could find the video and stuff. And I was kind of like thinking like a lot of activity, especially with shady shit, has always been through like mattress stuff. Like the mob did it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so like
it's actually true.
it's just far cooler that
it's like money laundering and shit.
Yeah, the mattress part, and like and that but it kind of it seems like that people order pillows. It's just like because I feel like they're soft and delicate, and that's what they're trying to portray as, because that's also what they're trying to sell. So like that shipping container thing, it like, why would you have a shipping container full of bedroom supply? Like,
I don't know if you guys remember when I think it was in London or some shit when someone found in the back of like a truck a bunch of people that were like, I think they were all dead, honestly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to try looking that up, but
yeah, I mean, the government, like last year. My FBI agent loves this shit.
They're listening in and they're telling you.
They know about
Listen the fuck up.
What's so what
I don't know exactly what it was. It was in London, and I can't remember if it was just a shipping container or if it was like a big fucking shipment truck that was like parked somewhere or something for a while, and they either found just a bunch of dead bodies or they found like living, but they were all like, it was like a whole sex trafficking thing, and like the truck was just left there.
Yeah, right here. British authorities launched investigation after 39 bodies found in truck.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was in 2019, October. So
I
it's
think they
almost gonna
actually
be a
pulled
full
the
year.
guy over, maybe even two. Now that I think about
It docked. The truck left. 35 minutes later, from a local ambulance service, they discovered the container, and then he arrested the driver. Yep, pulled him over right after that.
it. Yep, and it ended up being a whole fucking sex trafficking.
Followed by this traffic incident in Nexus. You were right, yeah. That was a full-on sex trafficking thing.
Oh,
It's
this shit
crazy.
is
You
like
don't
such a
know,
fucking
'cause
problem.
Wow.
When I was in Suffolk, I did in fucking, what was the class? The public speech class, which I hated that shit so much. But we had to do like a speech or whatever on like something everyone cared about. So I actually chose fucking human trafficking or whatever. And it's just crazy. I can't remember exactly the shit I was looking up. I'll have to research more into it again. But it's like you literally never know. It's like there's people that will like literally walk around with the fucking people that they kidnap. And they're just like,
you literally have no fucking clue.
yeah, they're just, you don't know. And there's this whole thing that like you should get, I guess, you should read up on how to kind of know if someone's being sex trafficked or whatever.
Yeah, like
Kinda
the
like-
signs
yeah.
and shit like that you should
Because
look
like
out
you
for.
can tell when people are kind of like out of place, I guess, and like really uncomfortable and like scared and shit. And it's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
So they just tell you to like be aware with it, because it can literally be happening like in a fucking store you're in and you don't even fucking know.
No
Crazy.
idea.
Yeah, I remember in the mall, they said that there was a lot of those people who have like the perfumes and stuff like that, or like those like people who like, I don't know if it was like essential oils and stuff like that, like they gave out like free product and stuff, and that there was a lady and her two kids that like, I guess they gave them a sample or whatnot, and they sprayed it in their face, and then like they went out to the parking lot and stuff like that, and then like I guess they were like timing it right around that time, they just fucking knocked out too, like a bunch of people just pulled up in a
That's
van,
fucking
took them all,
crazy.
Yeah.
and then like I guess
People
they
actually
went
do
right
shit.
into fucking trafficking and shit like that.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, and there was another place.
That happened in the mall, like the mall, like the one we.
I don't know if it's that one, but
One
it was
close
like a
by,
local
though, right?
one, some shit like that. Yeah,
It's fucking nutty.
That's insane.
yeah. There was another place close by. I don't want to say the town and shit like that, but
Yeah, I don't want to. That's why I was trying to
Yeah,
keep
that's
it like
true.
low because that's really like
Yeah,
that kind of puts it in perspective in my like, because like I
No,
don't
yeah,
go
but-
there anyway, but like the ones I do, next thing you know, it could like
Yeah.
wow.
You always gotta be on the lookout.
yeah, because
That's
People
how-
are looking for the most unsuspecting people.
yeah, there was a place that they broke into that this kid started a fire that they were in like some like trafficking thing, and then like every week or something like that they would like switch out the kids and shit like that, and they would like send them all to different school districts and whatnot, and it was like all this like crazy shit, and this kid like started a fire, and then to get it alerted so they can all get saved, and they all got fucking saved.
Good for them.
They went in there, they said like padlocks on the doors and stuff, there was like bunk beds and shit, it was like
Fucking
really
nuts.
fucked up shit.
And that happens in everyday life too.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
happens
that's the
every
thing,
day,
it's
and we're
everywhere,
just sitting
like-
here fucking making a podcast about it.
Yeah,
So
like,
there's
and
not
it-
much we could do.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
not much.
potential-
I mean, unless
I think
other than raising awareness
what's his
about
name?
it.
Ashton Kutcher, I think.
Yeah,
is,
he like
really
stopped his whole
heavy
fucking
into it.
career.
Yeah.
to-
Yeah.
Yeah, he stopped his whole career just to fucking. That's a man you gotta respect.
Bless
right
that
there.
man.
Yeah.
For real. And I think is he still married to
Mila Kunis? I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
They got
Well, I
divorced
heard-
and they got remarried, right?
Oh, did they? I
Yeah,
had no
which
idea.
is
I
just
don't
crazy
keep up
because
with
now
it.
they're like a power couple that are like standing against it, like.
That's
'cause
good.
She's
That's what we
she's
need.
like not doing anything either because like, she didn't do anything since Ted or something. Like she's
They've been doing that
Yeah.
shit.
and good for that. And
That's
that's what I
beautiful.
like about celebrities. Like they use some people do use their money for better things, but like how many people
Then we got
compared
that
to
list.
that list? So like
Okay,
that's a great
this is
thing.
how
So
the
like
list ties in,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah, like
Segue right here.
the MaxWell list of her dropping all names, and like I'm a little peculiar on it because of the whole like big thing with like some of the names like they're apparently like they don't know, but like should I mention the names or like celebrities?
Wait,
I
hold
feel
on.
like
Should
are-
we mention the whole thing that we're explaining the backstory, just in case that people
Yeah,
don't know?
definitely too. Yeah.
So the whole entire Jeffrey Epstein thing that he had, the whole entire child pedophile ring on that whole island and shit like that. His co-demon running with him was Ghislaine Maxwell, and then she's dropping a whole entire notebook filled with all these celebrities' names, and Will was reading off some of them, and I was like, yo, that not them, not them.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot to it.
Yeah, do you want to read off some of the names?
Yeah.
The more popular one.
Yeah, the more popular
Yeah,
ones.
I'll definitely go through it.
The shit that shocked us, at least.
I mean, Barack Obama. That was the big one. Like that for me, I was like, yo, Barack.
That
Like,
just
see,
right
that's
there,
the
that's
thing
all you
where
gotta
some
say.
of these names I don't really like take. Like, I don't know if they're just trying to start controversy or not.
Yeah, because she could just be trying to get
Shit,
it.
yeah, because like think about it. Like
But
you don't know, but like also.
She
People
could-
had some shady
Yeah,
shit, like
yeah.
Marshall Mathers III, who's also on the list, aka
Eminem, dude,
Slim
he's
Shady.
on there.
And then I'm just gonna briefly mention that thing I talked about just to screw with them. Now think about it. There's a song out there that has him
Just
like
lose
basically just lose it. Yeah, exactly. Where he goes like, I mean, girl, like when he come here, little boy, sit on my lap, like let's write a whole new rap.
Yeah,
and
put
then,
me little
yeah.
kitties on my lap. Guess who's back with a brand new.
It just
rap,
kind of
and
makes
tell
it
me
put it a
about
little bit
this
of
new
perspective. It
kids.
makes a fellow wonder.
Yeah,
I
but
got that from Letterkenny. Sorry.
But the thing is that
Copyrights.
I think is that whole part was about him shitting on Michael Jackson and all of his child pedophilia stuff.
Accusations, yeah.
That yeah. That
But
it
you
was
also don't also see people like,
We
and
don't
that's
know.
that's another thing. You don't see dead people like Michael Jackson or anything like on there. Or like it's
Yeah.
just living things. So I'm just gonna read off you. Like there was like Tom Hanks.
Everybody knew about Tom Hanks though, since Ricky Gervais at the
Really?
whatever. Do you remember when he was ripping on everybody?
I didn't know we mentioned Tom Hanks.
I think he didn't. He didn't
Right.
mention Tom Hanks, but I think he mentioned someone that like.
He added him hardcore though.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
added him kind of and.
Don't use this as like a way to
Yeah, I guess.
politically.
Yeah, a lot of people were mad at that dude. Though,
They
for
zoomed
that.
right on in his face too. They
Mhm.
they knew exactly.
He was pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Tom Hanks was mad about all that shit. You can see it.
Damn.
It was funny. It
Actually,
sucks. It's such a
I
beloved
like him. No,
actor.
he was so. Yeah, he was. And see, that's the thing. One of my favorite movies, not the Terminator, the Terminal. Like one of those Victor Dvorsky films. Like, and that's just like makes a fellow wonder. Like,
Yeah.
but also like James Franco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James
Like,
Franco's
that's-
in it.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like John Legend. Fucking, I'm gonna also say some of the females as well, but like Kevin Spacey, which has been like in the
Yeah,
hot
He's
point
been like a thing
everywhere.
for a while.
Fucking Kathy Griffin,
Yeah. These are
Katy
the people.
Perry
These are the people who went to the island.
on the island, supposedly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
supposedly.
Meryl Streep, like, is that Paula? I thought it said Paula Dean. I was like, oh my god, like butter everywhere. I'm sorry. Seth Green, Robert Downey Jr.,
Yeah.
Steven Tyler, Victoria Salva, Virginia Roberts, who apparently there's a lot of quotations as is currently he was arrested. Wanda Skies, Will Ferrell, Will Smith, Woody Allen. Yeah, and apparently this Alec Baldwin. I'm just gonna throw him in there because
Oh,
I got
shit.
bad beef with Baldwin.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, because my there's a whole side note, but my father almost like punched a Baldwin over, I think over a sandwich or it was or
What?
Spielberg. Yeah, like apparently they were giving him shit over eating like bologna, and like just not having it. Like my dad was like,
Wait, how
"What
was
the
your
fuck?" dude?"
dad connected to that?
Steven Spielberg is also on the list. It's
Oh.
full fucking circle.
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, no, he used to do work out in the Hamptons, and like he would
Oh.
always be out there, so he would get like
would see
like
everyone,
some
yeah.
celebrities here and there. But regardless of that, it's just like it's almost seeming like almost everyone's there, and I know this is way bigger than like anyone's thought. But apparently she's dropping names. But also she's in the same holding cell, or not holding cell, the same prison as
That's
Jeffrey
Jeffrey
Epstein.
Epstein too. Yeah. That's the
Epstein,
thing.
yeah, like all of a sudden, like we're just joking and memeing about it, but like, there's a meme that
But I
says
feel
that
like that's
Hillary
how
Clinton, like, I
people
want to
get
make another
it,
order.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like memes and stuff like that, because like people keep doing memes about
Dark
this
humor.
child. Yeah, it's like to soften the blow of how fucked up reality is.
Yeah.
Is like what's going on. It's like it's also to spread information, but also being able to talk about it with not feeling really fucking icky about it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's no different than like 9/11 jokes and stuff. It's just to like loosen the whole situation up.
Yeah. It's like let's talk about it. If not, make it so fucking.
See, that's the thing I like about Pete Davidson.
Who's that?
He's a guy from
Yeah,
SNL. He
you know
talks
who he
about,
is.
yeah, you know who he is.
You know who he is.
You
he
know
did
him.
Probably
Ariana
different.
Grande.
Oh,
after-
That
him,
guy,
yeah.
He has such a way with like
'Cause
his
his dad
joking
died.
about his dad
Yeah,
dying
his
in
dad
9/11.
died in 9/11.
And, like, I just respect someone who could just sit there and, like, I know
Yeah.
it fucking hurts, but, like, you know he's at least trying to, like, soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah, it's like
just,
to rationalize it and shit like
And
that.
I'm not trying to, like, not knock what happened. Like, I'm not trying to say that, but, like,
Oh, yeah, of
it
course.
is such a long time where it's, like, we're not gonna keep healing if we keep
If you keep
pushing away from the
yeah.
situation and not talking about it.
Because now
rationalizing it.
kids now aren't gonna learn as 9/11 as it happened.
No, they're not.
It's now
We
history.
literally were like some of the last kids that were born when it happened, because we were like, what, 3 years old when it happened? 2001, we were born in like 98.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because you're 98 too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just it's crazy to really think, and that's a whole conspiracy on its own with like the whole like, you know, him taking out the loan and then like getting all his money back. Like it just really like thinks like who's running the world, because we have like that list of names that's over like plenty of all this child trafficking, and then like we're just even thinking like the U.S. right now. Like this is just the United States. Like I know John's brought some information to at least my eyes.
Because that was just more of like pedophilia in general, I guess. Not really, but I mean, I'm sure they still have like sex and shit.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean, they's gotta be worse because they're at least. I mean.
Because it doesn't have anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein's Island, but it's still some really bad corruption over in the Middle East and stuff where all that shit happens.
Yeah, and like you can't even like they suppress the information there, so like. I mean, they probably know about it in like the streets and shit like that because everybody sees it literally happening and being abducted, but like they can't speak out about it like we can.
No, that's what.
But we're also just fucking finding
those
shit
areas
out,
are literally just
exactly.
ran by terrorist groups.
Yeah.
Like it's.
So do you want to start talking about the whole entire people in the Middle East and power shit?
Might as well plug in the documentary.
Yeah.
So, I've seen it a lot of times, honestly. Like, you guys really need to watch it. Called "This Is What Winning Looks Like" by Vice News. Ben Anderson, I think, is the guy that is the dude himself that made it and went to Afghanistan and stuff. Followed how the U.S. I forget whether they were Marines or the Army or something, how they were doing operations over in Afghanistan. Because, I mean, I'm sure you guys know now, like, there's no ground troops in Afghanistan and stuff.
Oh, we finally pulled out?
I think it's been like that for a while.
I thought we were pulling out by...
There's just no, like, ground infantry troops going around doing stuff. It's just
embassies,
it's
right?
strictly, like, airstrikes and stuff,
Good.
pretty much.
That's nice.
Yeah, so...
Got our boys out.
In What happened?
And anyone that's questioning.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good. But, so yeah, in 2015, I guess there were still ground troops around then. But they were just kind of following the tracks, helping, they were, like, still training the Afghan army and the police and stuff, but, they weren't really allowed to take charge, head into things, so they had to let the Afghans do that, which was just extremely interesting because, you know, the corruption is just unbelievable over there. There's very few amount of people that really want to, like, help the country out and stop all the fighting and, you know, the pedophilia, all the corruption and shit going on.
Yeah, dude, literally, like, all that pedophile shit you were telling me about, how, like, they just willy-nilly just go and, like, take kids.
Yeah, because there's kids just... Yeah, so I guess I might as well speak about that then, with the Afghan National Police. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're literally just in Kabul, which is, like, the biggest city in Afghanistan. Also kind of the most, like... They try to... I don't know, it's just, like, they really try to, like, make it, like, a good democracy and stuff where you can vote for your leaders, have no corruption, but, you know, you have, like, terrorist groups come by, and every time there's supposed to be a vote on something or this or that, even if it's random weddings, they just come by and fucking bomb it and kill a bunch of people, so they scare everyone. And everyone gets more scared and just crawls back into their houses. They don't fucking, you know, they don't go out to vote, so all these people have the upper hand, but, like, it's just fucked up because all the police chiefs and everything, all the higher-ups, are so willing to just, like, if it's in their favor, just turn towards the terrorist groups. Like, like, they'll just fucking leave their job and go to the Taliban or something like that and become a terrorist and fight against the people that they were just fighting with just because of, you know, fucking whatever's going on.
Greed and stuff.
Yeah, so with the pedophilia stuff, you have... at least in the documentary, the guy was talking to, I forget what rank he was, but like pretty much the lead guy there running the operation, and he really knew about all the shit that was going on, The documentary is about much more than just like pedophilia and stuff. You saw a lot more fucked up shit on how it's actually running over there, but pedophilia was the biggest thing, and how all the police chiefs are just pedophiles pretty much, or at least most of them. You'll find like very rare instances of someone who really wants to, you know, help out, but they just go swipe kids up from the road, and you know, they are the police chief, so if someone goes and complains,
it's like, what the fuck are they gonna do about
nothing,
it?
they can't do anything about it. And it's all just a power thing. Like when you watch it, they're interviewing one of the police chiefs who, you know, he looks good, but he probably does the same shit as the rest. And he says some shit. He's like, well, you know, if they're not like, it's gonna get really vulgar. I don't know if I should say it. He pretty much just says if they're, you know, if they're not gonna fuck kids, then like what are they gonna fuck? Because also you have to look at their religion. The women are so fucking have like such tight grips on them. It's not like over here you could get a Tinder and go and like hook up with a fucking bitch, you know.
Oh, that's right.
So
I forgot
they're
about,
very,
the
like,
Middle
kept back.
Eastern is like heavily like women run the household, right? Like am I?
Yeah.
Like they pretty much suppress them so much to a point that that's the only thing that they can do.
Yeah, and even then,
like they're not even allowed to like show their faces.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, so we were thinking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Because I know there's like just a couple of times where like the women are actually superior to the men, and it's just more like all right.
Definitely not.
But we were thinking of the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's why.
That's fucked up.
No, yeah.
The fact that like what else are they gonna?
Yeah, because
like
the
for
rest
real?
They're in
goes.
power and shit like that, and then their egos and shit like that get in the way.
You'll see, it's disgusting. You guys have to watch it. It'll open your fucking mind. Legitimately, you have to watch it.
No, I'm probably gonna definitely watch that tonight or tomorrow or some shit like that.
Yeah. So, where was I going with that? Pretty much how it's just a power thing. With them being that restricted, and also having the power that they do. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and nobody can do a fucking thing about it. So they're able to get away with it.
It's so fucking
disgusting, yeah. And it's terrible because like I was saying before, the lead guy that's running the operation for, you know, the U.S., you could tell it just breaks his fucking heart and has such a heavy, I guess, mental weight, because he knows all that shit's going on, but at the same time, he knows that it's not going to get fixed anytime soon. He knows no matter who he tells, nothing's going to get fucking done.
Yeah.
And you can see in his fucking eyes that he's lost faith in humanity. It's terrible.
You gotta
watch
it's terrible. It's like all this like demonic fucking shit that is just like taking hold of people and then like turns it into this whole entire, I don't know, it's like, it's fucking disgusting. And then a lot of them, I heard that like they take the kids and shit like that. Like it's not even like for like having sex with them. It's like they use them for like rituals and shit like that.
Yeah.
For like, because they like, I forgot what it was called. It was something where Alex Jones fucking like caught them like worshiping this owl god.
Yeah.
And then,
Alex Jones.
It's in California, I think.
Yeah,
I was reading about this years ago. Yeah,
something like that. I don't want to say the name of the god because I don't want that shit.
That's with all the celebrities and stuff. They go there.
Yeah, they go there. People in power and shit like that, and then they burn that effigy.
Yeah, the effigy.
And
That's
stuff.
what it's called.
Yeah, and then like they sacrifice literal people to it and stuff like that. And they have like a bunch of like gay sex slaves there too, and little kids and stuff like that. And then it just like there's so many other places that do stuff like that, and then they literally try to worship demons to keep them in power and shit like that until they keep, you know, and it's really bad, and I feel like a lot of them literally go towards that.
Yeah. No, they do.
Because like
they get caught in the trap. Yeah,
and I feel like that. I heard that every April, technically, because that's the new year, like the zodiac year, that like they try to like do a big ritual thing on there and like sacrifice like a bunch of people to like a demon god and stuff, or they try to use fear and stuff like that to try to feed the demon. So I was thinking that coronavirus conspiracy, that since the quarantine happened around that time and they were spreading mass fear and pumping out all this fear and shit like that, maybe that they were trying to get everybody in fear, and then it's supposed to like feed this weird demon and shit like that so they can keep being in power. And then it also ties into that Monsters Inc. meme that we saw, that it was like the people in power try to run their city on children's fears and stuff like that, so they can power the city and stuff. So I think that was metaphorical of like what's actually happening and stuff.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Parliament of the Owls.
Yeah.
What is it called? Something Grove.
Fucking B.O. Bartholomew? B.O.H.E.M.I.A.M.
Yeah, it's something like that. Fuck.
Oh no, I have it right here.
Is it just Bohemian Grove?
Yeah, it was like Bohemian Grove or whatever.
Yeah, it's B.O.H.E.M.I.A.M.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
Now reading it, and it was
So,
just like Phantom Patriot and stuff like that. 2019, he was.
Wait, so that was Alex Jones?
Yeah, that was Alex Jones that stumbled into that shit. Yeah. He's like in the bushes. He's like, yo, what the fuck is that?
I can't believe
Why
that was
is there a
Alex
huge
Jones.
apple? And then like in robes and shit like that, like burning this thing. Like, I think he even said in the video that they might have been like literally sacrificing people and shit like that while it was happening.
This is different because this is apparently a person that that's been inspired by Jones too. That found some more shit.
Oh really?
Yeah, because he says you're inspired by Jones and Infowars, which I'm assuming that means Jones went.
Yeah, that's his podcast.
That's went into it. And like he's seeing like skeleton, this girl with the pig mask, like.
Ugh.
Like it's just like
it's that's some ritualistic
and
shit.
It's literally like the prominent
type.
of like all like the richest men in the world. Like that means like that makes sense. Like like is this part of the secret organization of the list? Like
because that's what I think it is. That's what I think that
Herbert Hoover was in it too.
Really?
Which means it goes back.
Oh shit!
And apparently, I was just reading a little bit.
Apparently, it just goes all the way back before America and shit like that.
That means it's probably the version of the Knights Templar that we have over here. If you really think about it, like that's like the whole. We were founded on like I don't know. I just feel like we were founded on Native American beliefs, like in the indigenous people of the spirits and stuff like that. So like we doing the owl and the secret like. All that it does does go back to our like paganism and stuff, but like now we're involving like spirits and like stuff like that. Like I'm assuming they're trying to get some sort of power. So now that they're doing that, like the Knights Templars also seem to deal with that, or the Masons. Also, I meant to say Masons as well, but they've seemed to also diddle in some sort of spiritual energy. So like tapping into that for a brief moment while doing some shady stuff. Because apparently it's where the rich go to misbehave. So it's like,
oh shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What are they behaving with? Because is this the first step to get in? Because it's a 40-year commitment to get to apparently a next step too. Because Herbert Hoover was inducted after 40 years. So like this means like you're invested for ever of your life. Like kind of like you're committed. I don't know. I was just reading like brief like little intros from it. I can just gather the whole thing from it. Because
shit.
Yeah, that's new to me.
Right.
I've never heard of that before.
Neither have I.
Neither the fucking shipping container with the wafer. Like this is all new to me.
Dude,
like,
it's all like 2020. It's all fucking surfacing.
It's all
like
coming out.
they all say 2020 is the year of 2020 vision. All the fucking bullshit that's been going on in the world is getting surfaced. And I feel like that we're all gonna fucking.
We're muckraking.
Yeah, we're all gonna see what's fucking really going on.
Yeah, we already are. We're starting to see.
Because I feel
people,
like
they're not gonna fucking stay hidden forever.
Yeah, because I feel like that like
technology's progressing.
Back then in the World War II, like the Nazis literally took people that were like into like spiritual shit, but used it for bad. Yeah. And then they literally tried to like contact like demons, did a bunch of DMT and stuff like that to try to contact like some other entity and whatnot, and like. It was all this crazy ass shit. They thought they were talking to aliens and whatnot, and like getting all this like crazy information. That's like literally what Hitler was trying to get. He was trying to get to like the next level of technology to take over the world and stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say the whole Hellboy thing. The Hellboy thing where it's like, oh, Hitler's just paranoid with the spiritual realm. That's 100% true. He actually had plans to make his own time machine using a Bell operation system where he would be able to, but it never went. And like, if you really think about it, all the people that we had for the Manhattan Project were German.
Yeah,
they were
literally
scientists.
Nazis,
Like
yeah.
we able to like them to realize that Hitler was crazy.
German technology
was able to go like that's it's the crazy part. But the Russians did it too. And I just want to briefly talk about the sleep experiments and the fact of like these people like they were left like basically they were giving pill to make them like not sleep, or a gas that would make them wake.
Yeah.
And then once they fed them with oxygen, they freaked out.
Yeah.
They bugged out, like, kill me, and like they just got worse and worse and worse. And that was after like a week, and to the point where like some of them killed, some of them maimed themselves, and like then to the point where Russians had to come in and just. And this was happening all the time, and like human experiments and everything from the Nazis and Russians. I can go on a whole thing on that because like.
Yeah, the Russians they cannot get away with their shit either.
But that's another thing. There's also probably they're knees deep in fucking child trafficking.
They were just as fucking bad.
Because like
I
if
feel
you
like
really
America
think about,
is too.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
they
Everybody
definitely
is
supply
everywhere.
a lot of shit. Every
That's when it comes to
country.
the whole
Everywhere.
world order thing, like all the
But
fucking.
Putin ain't gonna say shit.
There's no way.
Sorry, he's not gonna say shit.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not. There's just no way that all the world leaders don't have some
That's
connections
closet.
going towards each other, helping
sure.
out with all these secret things. Like there's just no fucking way.
It's literally fucking insane. It's like
Yeah.
I feel like there's just so much like it's like money, power, corruption,
Yes,
all this
it's
shit. It's like
corruption,
all
it's
tied
straight
into
corruption.
it, and
And a lot of desperation too.
yeah,
But that's
Because
the
a lot
thing.
of people just sign up for it thinking they're gonna get like $50. Next thing you know, they're fucking getting shot in the head because they can't fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Like it's like the government just saying, oh yeah, we can give you a free meal, a free this. Like we know you really need it.
Mhm.
Like we know you're really poor, and it's like, oh, we can just use and that's okay.
they did that with people on LSD in America too. They were there was a whole documentary on how they wanted to recruit Charles Manson and stuff like that. So they willingly kept using him to get all these people together, dose them with acid to try to get like some mind control shit so they could like see how willingly people will change like once they're under the influence of LSD to like alter their consciousness to like do stuff. They're like let's see what happens when you give people LSD and try to get them to kill people and stuff like that. Like how willing are they to do it? And they did it. They literally got a whole entire fucking cult of it.
Yeah.
So they were saying that they had to keep arresting him and stuff like that. But every time he was getting arrested, he was getting briefed on what to do next and stuff like that. And then this guy wrote a whole book about it. And then the place that Manson kept going to, like, closed down right after. Right after it got fucking released and shit like that. I'm pretty sure he was on Joe Rogan too, talking about it.
I've had a feeling for a while, like, I just feel like when celebrity, I know it's gonna sound weird, but just, when those celebrities just up and die, like, out of nowhere, like, you just kind of like, oh shit, they died? Like, wow.
Oh, just like
I had a weird feeling, like, way back then, like, when Robin Williams died, like, it was just more of, like, it just feels weird. I feel like they're still alive. Like,
Interesting.
It just
so do you
feels
think
like
that
fake
they
deaths?
died? Yeah, like Elvis Presley, like he got too big, and then he didn't want to be in the line. He didn't want to be in the light anymore, so they faked their death so they could live somewhere.
Well,
else
not
and
even
live
just
happily
that
life.
too. Just in the sense of like,
Just like do something.
they might be tied into something, and like once they die, everything gets leaked out. Like we wouldn't know because like it won't be leaked out for a while, but like that's what happens when people die. Shit gets leaked out, and like all of a sudden, like they're not here anymore. It just it seemed a little off-putting, a little bit, because also with the Elvis Presley thing, he worked with the CIA.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I remember hearing about
that.
that
It was
too.
a joke. It
What
was
is
a
that?
movie joke, but like, yeah, he signed up. He wanted to be a CIA agent, and he got to be a fucking CIA agent.
That was
Wasn't
before
he
his music
fucking
career,
World
right?
War One or
something,
Vietnam?
yeah.
He was drafted into Vietnam, I think. But
I
he
heard about
somehow
that.
got out of it.
Oh yeah, he
I
got
can't
out of it.
remember.
Fucking, if you guys want to know something cool,
Yeah.
Sylvester Stallone fled to Canada or Mexico. He either went down south or probably in Canada to escape the draft.
A lot
No.
of
And then made Rambo
Everyone
as
did.
in a makeup for that. Yeah.
Oh,
he
shit.
did
Oh,
not see
really?
combat with Rambo, so he just made Rambo without fighting in a single
funny
war.
as fuck.
Yeah.
That's
He
fucking
fled the
crazy.
he fled the country
That's
to
insane.
escape the draft.
Didn't fucking Muhammad Ali also do that too?
Yeah, I think so.
And then like they didn't let him fight in the fucking.
Really?
They took his like championship and shit like that. Like they didn't let him fight
Oh shit.
in boxing and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know.
See, and that's the crazy part. That's a government signed document that you cannot participate in anything anymore because you didn't fight in the war. Like it's like is that my patriotism? Because I didn't remember signing up to be a fucking soldier. Like, like I get that, but like we have all these like expenses, and like that was weird how that just came on.
They're listening to us, dude.
Yeah.
They are
Better be
playing with
listening up.
that. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I would love the FBI to come through. Definitely feel like getting tased. That's sarcastic.
Getting tased.
But also, like,
busting
it's
through
just,
windows
it's a little bit quick. I don't even know where I was going. That just threw me off. I just got a little weird vibes.
No, yeah, you were talking about going on to not signing up for being a fucking soldier and shit like that for being drafted.
Oh yeah, it's just.
But I think that I did. Weren't like when we were like 21 or 18 or something like that, they were like forced to sign the document.
Yeah, you have to sign the
Yeah, you have
document
to sign
and
a
send it
document.
in. Yeah.
Isn't that weird though?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's where I was going. Defense fucking budgets. We have all this money in defense and military, but we also still need to sign a draft form. We are mostly heavily droned. We're going to a drone thing.
Exactly.
Which I understand
It's
we
just
need
so
money
it's
for.
like
Like,
the
I understand
honors.
they're like $1 trillion and stuff, but like, do we? Even, like, we just need a couple of those, right? Like,
And the thing is that with drone
Depends.
strikes is like we don't even like hit the fucking.
you still need boots on the
Places.
ground. You always need
Yeah.
boots on the ground.
Yeah, of course.
Regardless. But like, we don't need to spend crazy amount with that stuff.
Because
Because
there's
like
a
you
whole
said,
entire industrial military
you can
complex
always
that
bomb
just wants
stuff,
to start
yeah.
wars and shit like that and get all these weapons
Yeah, they
and
just want money.
yeah, they just want money.
next is space. Space Wars.
I'm about to join the Space Force, honestly.
I was thinking about it.
That'd be dope. We could become Space Rangers or fucking clone troopers or some shit, I don't know.
Dude,
Fucking
what if we
Savannah.
start
You see
working
the
for the fucking
petition?
Imperial?
You see the petition where they're trying to get the Clone Wars armor to be the fucking
Yo.
Space Force armor?
Really? That's
Yeah,
fucking
that'd be
great.
crazy. It'd probably be too expensive though with all those suits. Because those things are fucking nuts. But, wait, what'd you just say? Oh, working for the Imperial. That's pretty much, I feel like, what it would be.
Dude, that's what I feel like
Trump as
America
fucking
is.
Vader.
Literally.
Trump.
Either
is the
Vader or
Sith guy.
Palpatine or
No, he's
some
gotta be
shit.
Palpatine. Is fucking.
No, maybe he's Vader.
I think he's Vader. I really get a Vader vibe from him, especially when he was walking in that
Because
picture
of
mask.
whoever, like, say, like, one of the fucking, what are they called? The Rothsteins or whatever? the old banker people.
Oh, the Rothschild,
The
children or Rothschild
Rothschilds or
people
whatever the
are,
fuck it is. Like, what if he's Palpatine? And then Trump's just
Oh,
the fucking
Freemasons
Vader
you're
puppet.
talking about?
The thing about Freemasons is that they are not actually a evil organization thing.
Oh, they're just a group.
I think that because
So
like
rich
when
as fuck,
I
though,
think
stuff,
that
right?
yeah, I think that they just turned into a whole like Satanist group and
Oh,
shit
okay.
like that, like from propaganda. I don't think that
Because
they're
they've
actually,
been around since the beginning of this fucking country.
Yeah, because like George Washington and shit like that was a Freemason
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So I think that
Yeah.
they're supposed to resemble the breakaway government from all the political corruption
Right.
and shit like that. But then I think that what the government does is they push propaganda out there to try to make stuff like that evil. Same with magic and stuff
Makes
like
sense.
that back then. It's like it wasn't really Satanist shit. It was just that the Christian church was scared to get rid of their power and stuff like that to
Oh.
other people. So they were just like, kill all the witches.
You're right. This chair is very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like
Do you
when
want to switch?
no, when paganism and like not is paganism the worship of witchcraft?
I
It could
think
be
it's-
considered witchcraft. 'cause
Yeah.
it's
What-
back
what is it
then.
called? though?
Paganism is more of an umbrella
term.
term, I feel like.
Yeah, it's an umbrella term for anything that's like pre-Christian.
Yeah, Christian. See, that's the thing. I don't really accept Christian values because, like, apparently Christianity's on the low. I don't know if anyone knows, but Christianity is dying. Like
Yeah.
that's a thing in America. Just
Oh, yeah.
shocking
faith
viewing.
In general.
Faith in general.
Faith
but,
in general. is
apparently, the next thing is people are going for, whatchamacallit? Witchcraft.
Yeah, like spirit. Like,
What's the positive witchcraft? That's what I was trying to say before. Like
I guess like
black magic and like.
Oh, black magic's
Black
the
magic's
best,
the-
though.
That's the bad one, but there's the I don't know if it's
Wiccan?
paganism.
What are you talking about? Like
Oh,
Wiccan
like
stuff?
White magic.
Yeah, pretty. I don't know what the
Light
actual name
magic,
is
I
for
guess
it.
you
Yeah,
could
light
say.
magic stuff like that.
Is it white magic? I feel like that's
That's racist.
Right? I feel like that is a
White
little
magic.
racist. I don't know.
No,
Why
but
is
dude,
black
like I have a
magic
whole
bad?
entire book of the Golden Dawn, which is like all like Hermeticism and stuff like that. It's like old
A lot of people are doing
spiritual like stuff like that. It's like all these like that's also why the pentagram and shit like that and all the symbols and stuff like that. It's all ancient stuff, all the way stemming back from Egypt.
And that's
No,
the
that's
thing. Like I, as someone that's peculiar, like I'm not necessarily not dissing demons and stuff like that, because considerably there are spirits, but also
I think it's like anything else.
I don't
No,
know,
it's like we
see
need to
them.
protect ourselves from those.
That's
fucking
exactly
demons.
like if
That's
I
why
need
I
to
have
learn
all
about
this
them to
shit
protect
and
it,
I'm
like
learning about that stuff.
especially like the Pentagon, it can be used either bad, like anything can be used bad. Like look at the swastika. That was originally for Japanese symbol for peace. Now it is world. That is not the meaning anymore.
Yeah,
it means it
It's tarnished. The
even
whole
even
entire
if you're
thing.
trying to do it like oh haha, like even the SS.
Yeah.
That is symbol. That is a logo you cannot use, just like the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like it's just one of those things, and like the Pentagon has a bad rep, but also people forget the Pentagon is also kind of everything was just basically used for healing purposes.
Oh, the pentagram.
Pentagram.
Yeah.
Pentagon.
I knew what
Did
you
I say
meant, but I was
Pentagon?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew what you meant to.
Oh Lord have mercy! Like that's one of those things where I'm like, wow, like you're really stupid. Like,
You're not stupid.
no, 100%. But like Pentagon, like the fucking office
It's-
government. That's who's listening right now.
Yo, that's probably
Get-
what it is in your mind. Get out of my head. But
I want to make a bad joke, but I'm not going to.
Do it. Get
I'm
it.
not. No, I
Edit it
can't.
out.
Should I? Do you want me to?
I mean, if you really want to, I don't mind.
I'm not, but I'm gonna just.
But
Just give it a second.
But yeah, a lot of these people like. Oh my god, dude. No, yeah, you can't say that.
Oh my god.
Bless him. But,
Yeah, nah.
We'll
I
get
can't say
crucified.
that.
But yeah.
Pain and suffering, baby. I can't wait.
But
Love to be crucified. Low-key. I feel like that's a nice honorable death. Anyway,
Oh, what?
low-key,
No.
yeah. No. And just my
go into
my whole
Valhalla.
face. Go to, that would be the
That's such a
such
slow
backwards
and
thing.
painful.
Go to Valhalla, get crucified, go to Valhalla.
Oh my god.
It's like,
Crazy
are
as
you
fuck.
going to heaven? Nah, I'm going to Valhalla, buddy.
Valhalla.
That's
Like,
what it is. There's a bunch of different gates, and you just choose which one you want to go to.
yo.
I think it's pretty much like your own
That would be
heaven and
cool.
hell is pretty much just subjective on like what
Oh,
you
no, yeah.
believed during this time.
There's a
on Earth.
million different beliefs out there.
But that would be so cool. Just to pick your own fucking world for the rest of your life. Like
Yeah.
pick like what pathway you want to go
So if you
down.
I
really
think
want to
it's
come
just
to
like-
Valhalla, you can, even if you weren't warriors, whatever.
You know how in
Just
Infamous
partying.
when like you
Yeah.
either like
Fighting.
choose like the light side or the dark side and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
it's like you either keep doing bad shit, you go more down the dark path, you keep doing
It's
light
like the
shit.
Red
more
Dead
down this-
Redemption.
Karma.
Fucking
The
go to
fucking
the bad
meeting.
guy side, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it is in real life though. It's just
It's gotta
like,
be.
it's like how much light or dark stats are you gonna put into your fucking
Yeah,
character in
fair.
this time?
You put
What do you believe during this
Same Knights of
time?
the Old Republic, I don't know if you played that, but it's exactly what you do. You literally get to choose how much light and dark side you get.
Yeah. Which is fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, no, that's where one of those things, like, the first thing that I was thinking was just in the sense of, like, you kind of just sit there and, like, you have these moments where you, like, you really judge your character. And, like, it's not that quick judge, like, that, like long, like, oh, I have to think about it. It's, like, you changed right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just one of those things where you open your eye a little bit and, like, I mean, like, oh, you put in the universe what you get out of it. Like, if you're gonna put positivity,
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
need
get
to,
positivity.
you
Like,
need to put positivity.
and that's just surrounding yourself with just positivity. Like, it's not necessarily
You're
like.
gonna get what you look for. If you're like looking for negative shit, you're gonna find negative shit.
Exactly.
The most simple saying: if you're gonna look for a fight, you're gonna find a fight,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and that's God honest truth. Like, it's just one of those things. Like,
Because your
Wow.
mindset is super fucking powerful
Yeah,
on
it is.
everything in your life.
mind over body,
Yeah.
and like, and that's a lot of things. Also, people say like when on the when they're going through a tough time like cancer or something, they do say like, you gotta have a positive attitude or else.
Yeah, because
like,
right when you slip, you
Yep.
just fucking
Yeah,
slip.
you
and,
gotta-
and it just I don't know if that's true or not, but like I definitely like people that over exaggerate their injuries and stuff. Like it's like, oh, I broke my hand. No, you didn't. Like you just snapped it a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was someone talking downstairs, but I heard some weird shit.
I heard it too. I think it was from
Did you?
downstairs. Yeah,
Okay.
no, like
Yeah.
I
I was
did
like,
you hear that
am
as
I going
well?
fucking crazy or something?
Well, if Matt didn't hear it, then we're fucking.
No, I think it was my mom talking.
It could
or
have
some
been,
shit like
yeah.
that. But
See, that's the type of shit that could happen. Like I'm actually kind of scared. See, now that's down again. I'm kind of scared. Like, I'm gonna turn on my car and like get like I don't know. I just have like a extreme
Yeah,
paranoia now
probably.
after like talking about some heavy stuff, especially because of the wire. Like, we can go on a whole new thing about government like watching, but like I feel like the government itself got us ties and talents and everything. Like the eagle is not as safe.
See,
as
I don't know if they just because like I don't know. I don't know if they just. I think they're only gonna look at the people that they need to look at. Like I feel like they don't have enough time to just watch random fucking people, you know.
Yeah, it's like you really need to come up on their radar.
Cause if we're talking about it, that's one thing. But if they're looking at us and what we do and shit, and they're like, these people are no fucking threat, they're not gonna give a fuck about us. There's millions of other people in this country that have probably they need to keep a closer eye on.
That ties into a conspiracy theory actually that I heard recently about how, rest in peace Chester Bennington, but this is a complete conspiracy theory and I don't know if it's true or not. But they were saying that Chester got into a bunch of knowledge.
Linkin Park?
Yeah, Linkin Park.
Yo.
Yeah, the lead singer from Linkin Park.
Is that the Hunting album?
Yeah, it's the Hunting Party album.
Sorry, side note. That's nice.
But
anyway, Chester.
Yeah, they were saying that he stumbled across all the child pedophile stuff, and they were saying that they got scared because since he has a huge platform that he was going to speak out on it, and he didn't like literally kill himself, that he was murdered. He was murdered.
It makes
and
sense.
Shit like that.
The
and
theme
I don't know,
of that year.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was
Wow.
I think someone else died because of it too. I don't want to say Chris Cornell, but like that he like stumbled upon it first or some shit like that or whatnot. Unless that it could not have totally worked out that way, and it was just that they were severely depressed and just.
Yeah, because I was gonna say at least with Chester, like wasn't that like a fucking? I mean, he.
But the thing is that
he had some traumatic shit.
But the thing is that with Chris Cornell was that he was clean for so long, and then all of a sudden that one day that he just decided to take those pills and just end it and relapse.
It's a relapse. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it's just it seems a little sketchy from time to time because
it's like did they really kill themselves or did they stumble upon some shit that we don't know about?
And exactly, we don't know them personally, so we don't know if it's actually like accurate or not. Like we don't,
we
weren't there. Like
shit,
and I've like. Suicide happens all the time. I've had a few people that unfortunately went that way too. But like I was there in that moment. But also they're so famous that you know there's a lot more to hide.
Yeah.
Because there's gotta be. You know, you live your life like that, like high all the time. Like not high all the time, literally high all the time. Yeah. But like also like high in the sense of you don't need to worry about money. You don't need to, go through the grind. Like you're living the most life you can. Like you can go out and go do shit.
Yeah.
Sure you're not gonna die? Like, you really want to die from that? But also, like, Chester. Wasn't he getting better, too? Like, wasn't he...
Because that's what
he had a second child on the way, too?
His lyrics and song titles, like, really depressed and fucked up, too.
Yeah, because, like,
towards the end,
I think just literally throughout his... Wasn't he, like, sexually abused or some shit?
Yeah, he was when he was younger and shit like that.
So he had some traumatic shit.
But Chris Cornell.
Just fucked up.
Chris Cornell thing
that's
flagged
a little
my
bit...
head, but I think the Chester thing, he might actually... Because, like... I don't know if that's like true or something like that, but that like that's some shit that like I heard recently that I was like, what the fuck? But that album, like every song title from the newest album, like it was like a kind of like it seemed like a suicide letter, kind of like he was trying to like say some shit. It's really haunting, actually. How do you like look at it?
Yeah. Then on what Will said, I feel like we all think of celebrities like we see them so much that we think that that's all they do is the stuff we see, but the second those cameras turn off, there's so much other shit.
Yeah, we have no idea what they're actually doing.
Like they're
definitely not living normal lives.
No, they're not living normal lives. We probably don't even live normal lives. Like you look at people and go, oh, they're probably just like, doing this, doing that. You don't know what other people's lives. You don't know what people are doing.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Exactly.
Like I was just trying to find if John Travolta was on that list because I was thinking if there was a connection between Scientology because Scientology is.
You wanted to go off on that shit too?
Yeah, little thing, just a huge thing in Hollywood.
Explain Scientology. I always forget what Scientology is.
Scientology is a book.
Yeah, it was
based
like
off fiction.
Yeah, the guy literally.
Now is a religion.
Science fiction author.
That is that religion in a nutshell. I don't know too much about it because, quite frankly, that is butt kiss. In my book.
No, yeah, I've heard that you're...
Sorry, I don't mean to shit on a religion, but like they have their dits in Hollywood, but they're controlling celebrities. They're not, like, you can't marry, like, all of a sudden, like, if you don't follow it, your wife goes missing, like, and you can't bring it up. He's actually, there's been reports that he is actually bi, but the church won't let him go. And there's
Who are you
actually
speaking about again? My bad.
John
John
Travolta.
Travolta.
But there's, I believe, the girl from King of Queens. I think one of her is huge on
Yeah.
destroying that fucking church.
Really?
She was part of the thing and trying to bring it down. And like, that's the thing. That's just one section of Hollywood. Now you have an entire list that's also now involved in a pedophile ring. Like,
Right.
it's just, it seems like celebrities in general, or anybody that has money, just is basically bored and just seem like they want to exploit it.
It's the thing. It's
Like-
the
like-
power. It's
yeah.
When you get that power, you
Exactly,
know you
the
can
power,
do
like you
whatever,
said, yeah.
and you know you're gonna get away with it.
Like, you want a fucking gorilla steak? Go to Africa and get a fucking gorilla steak. Like, meet some shady ass
Yeah,
dealers.
it's like,
Get
you know,
somebody.
I can fucking get this because I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
your
I can
shit.
spend like $4 million and have
It's all
and
about
my
ethics.
fucking
They
bank
don't give a
account
fuck
just
about
be a
ethics.
little dent.
Yeah.
And
Right.
like, it's like, oh, now I ate fucking gorilla. Like, it's like R.I.P. Harambe. But like, that's the thing. Like, another celebrity lost. his
Another
shit.
celebrity.
Which another
Good
thing.
song.
Another thing. You have a silverback gorilla. You have a child. Endangered species. Invasive species.
Yeah.
What you trying to shoot?
Literally.
Literally, I just feel strongly against it. But like, that's the thing.
Kids
Like,
shouldn't have been
people
fucking...
just spend this money 'cause they
Paid
can.
attention.
and it's just whack because exotic meats and now exotic things that you want to do, like, that's
Bro, people eat
fucked
bushmeat
up.
all the fucking time over there, and it's
I
nasty.
was watching a video on YouTube about how in some country in Africa they just eat literally whatever fucking animal they find. Like, again, like, I don't know if it's gorilla exactly, but just like
I just said that.
monkeys and chimps in general and shit. They just
Yeah,
eat
eat
that
them and shit like that, and then we get coronaviruses and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like,
I think it was
it's
being,
nature's way of telling us that to not eat that shit.
because there was this
Well,
whole
it's fucking
thing.
cool.
I think it was connected. I can't remember if
Yeah,
it was AIDS or Ebola. It might have been Ebola, but like how it was connected
It
with.
was both.
Alright, so then I think the one thing I saw was specifically Ebola, because like I remember it being that there's like a huge group of people that don't believe in Ebola. They think it's like this whole myth and everything. They think it's like, they just think it's fake, and they're not afraid, and they'll just sit there and eat all this wild meat and shit. And they're like, see, I'm not getting it, but I don't know. It's disgusting.
Ebola is
Yeah.
crazy because, like, also, like, all of a sudden this new disease, but like The Office mentioned Ebola back when Dwight Schrute was doing like their little, like, this is even before Pam and him and Roy were still together. Like, I'm talking about the first couple seasons, like 20
Really?
something. Yeah,
Fuck,
he
I
goes,
don't remember.
he
I
starts
think that-
he starts writing like all the notes and stuff, like that's fake diseases, and he goes, oh, I wrote Ebola, and Ebola's been around just like the bubonic plague is now. They're trying to like
Yeah.
straight up stuff, but like the thing was, Ebola was now brought back to the States, but it just seemed to be only in a wild region. So like, did we bring Ebola back? Like, did we
Yeah.
just try and start something here to like control the population and the people?
Because that's what a lot of people think that corona is.
Oh,
And stuff
gotta
like
be.
that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Should we
no,
go
so,
into the
yeah, nah.
corona?
Might as well. I mean, like,
Yeah,
we
corona
do
conspiracy.
have a good decent chunk of time,
What do
Okay.
you got
and
for-
also to wrap it up too. So like,
I
it
think
would
we're
be nice.
hitting an hour about. Maybe a little bit past an hour.
Hey,
Yes.
government employee, what are we at?
Fucking
Yo, open the
turns
phone
on.
back up.
Yeah, if it turned on, I would have.
I literally would have shit my pants.
I'm
not
gonna
lie.
let. If it hops on now, I will leave. Just because of that, I'm just getting in my car and sitting home with the lights off.
Yeah, it's like, can I use technology?
But
Yeah,
that, see, that's what I'm afraid about the government. Like, I'm also afraid of the police. Like,
It's scary
becau-
because they can do it if they need to.
They can. They don't need a reason.
No.
They can put a bag over your head and your name's fucking now you're in Siberia. Like, and
Who
they would go
knows?
that far to push you if they needed to. Like, they do not care. Like, it's just. Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm just very
No,
creeped
yeah,
out by the
literally.
government. And now he's gonna explain why, because that really fucked me up what you explained.
Okay, so this thing with the whole, like, there's a lot of coronavirus conspiracies that are going around, and there was a guy on Joe Rogan, his name is Brett Weinstein, that he's an animal biologist, and he was saying that, one, there is a difference between the viruses jumping to animals and the virus jumping from animals to humans. It's two separate different things that they have to go on a whole. He said it's very unlikely that from jumping from the virus to an animal and from the virus from the animal to the human. He said it takes a very long time and is very unlikely. So he was saying that in the Wuhan thing, there was a lot of flags saying that there was a lot of like health
Health code violations.
yeah, health code violations and stuff stemming back from 2015 and stuff like that. So he was saying that since it takes a very long time and is very unlikely to make the jump from animal to human, that he was saying that in the Wuhan thing, they were training this virus to be used to human DNA and all that
to
stuff.
adapt and survive
Yeah,
in
to
human
adapt and-
like conditions, like hot and cold.
Yeah, they were training this virus.
That was
and then
everywhere.
And then they
Cold
fucking
environments, hot environments, like that. Like you play that disease game.
yeah.
Like that's by the way, that's skyrocket again with
Yeah.
every disease. Like, do you remember what I'm talking about?
It's
Plague
like that
Inc.
pandemic game.
Yeah, I
Plague
have it on
Inc,
my.
yeah.
I have it on my phone.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's one of the first symptoms they say is to stop the human, and it's because everyone thought it would go down when it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden, now it's hot. Now it's not there, but it's also flu-like, which means it should have went down. So like, just to add a little fill because this is gonna blow their mind. So like,
yeah. So he was saying that like that it was being trained to adapt to human stuff, and he was saying that the people that were studying coronaviruses, they were saying that there was like a splice in the thing. They were saying that it was too perfect for it to like be brought together, because they were saying that like in regular nature, when things evolve and stuff like that, it's not perfect because nature's not perfect. So as it evolves, it's not going to be like a perfect line thing. So they were saying that like, I don't know, there was like everything was like way too perfect for it to be natural and stuff.
also China came with the cure a little, like at least antibodies.
Yeah,
A little
they've
bit
been
too
claiming-
fast. Like I don't know. It seemed like all of a sudden, like
It's
3
like an
months,
attack
and they were
on
like,
America
oh,
or some
China
shit.
had a little bit of more, and then like, so like, not to like go like this, but like, I can kind of see why the president right now, I'm not gonna name his name, is trying to stop the China. Like it just seems like it's like a push we needed. He did it in a horrible manner. 100%, like what the hell, but
China
like I
cannot
think
be
that we
trusted.
need, because like think
So
about
do
it.
you think that this is like another whole 9/11 conspiracy thing, that like they really wanted to go to war with China but they didn't have an excuse? Well, in 9/11 they wanted to go to war with the Middle East,
Well,
but
I
yeah.
they
don't
didn't have an
think so though,
excuse. So then,
because of,
China's gonna be the one to first launch it though.
I was gonna say I don't think they both of them need each other really bad when it comes to money and stuff.
Yeah, China would be nothing without the American
Yeah,
economy,
it goes both
which is
ways.
terrible because now we're building. They're significantly more advanced than us in medical history,
Yeah.
but we've got an extremely strong military. So instead
Yeah,
of
we have
us
the
being with
strongest
England, I
military in the
think
world.
now China and the United States are embedded into one.
You know what the thing about China is? So I had one of my professors explaining this. He's like, they may have the numbers for the soldiers and stuff, but when it comes down to it, they're a lot less trained. They're like a lot poorly trained than our soldiers are.
yeah, they don't have a lot of like
Their
strategic.
even with Russia, all their technology is like Cold War era shit.
Yeah.
Like they don't have all the updated technology that we do. Also, they have so many people that it would be really hard. China's still talking about it. It would be really hard for them to like keep their whole military fed like really well. So,
Oh
like,
yeah, because they have a lot of them. And shit
Yeah.
like that.
Which that's always been China's downfall. They've got us in numbers, but it's just now in the sense of
Yeah.
same thing with Russia too. Like, and then all of a sudden, like back in the not Cold War, World War, they had like every 5 person, there was a gun, one gun.
Yeah.
They had nothing, and like their thing was stay in the line. If the first guy got shot, pick up his rifle and shoot. And then if that guy drops, pick up that rifle and shoot.
Yeah.
Like, and that's all it was, and that's how they did it. So like, that's why it's so weird that like the United States is so heavy, and like we choose to be all right with it. Like it's just weird because like we could step our foot in the door, but we would be inviting a whole armada of people.
The thing is, at least I don't know these days. I don't think it matters what country does it. The second like a superpower does something, that's starting something really bad.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Once
Whether
the United
it's
States,
flying
beat
or
England or China
Yeah.
or Russia, what was that? What's another like? I feel like those are with
India's coming up.
India.
India, I heard, is gonna be a world superpower probably soon.
Oh, for sure. They've got fucking.
Them and I think Brazil's on the way up.
Yeah, we're not going to be a superpower for much longer.
No.
We're struggling
All
now.
throughout
Third.
history, world powers have come and gone. So.
But
Yeah,
notice
like what
those
we're-
the ones that are still around. China,
World
Russia,
powers?
England.
Yeah.
I mean, French got fucking French got annihilated. That's because they just had a series of fortunate bad luck. Like 6 wars in a row.
Yeah.
But, like, they're gone. The United States is going to feed off. But, like, is England still going to be around? Especially with the whole Queen thing now. Like, is there going to be a change in the monarch? Because this is the first time we're going to ever have a king in office, like, again. Because, like, it's going to be whack.
It is going to be fucking whack.
He doesn't have any power, but, like, he could. They could go back, like, that's the thing. Like, and then, like, there's going to be no change, but, like, the superpowers that are present. I went on a tangent, though, but the superpowers on the... I'm done. All I'm saying is the superpowers, they're it seems to be a steady superpowers with 3 people individually, which is the 3 oldest countries that we have.
Yeah.
So, like, it's weird, because they might also be embedded in their own little shit.
Because that's where I think it all stems from. Like, all this, like, sex trafficking, all this, like, power shit, like, all this, like, underground stuff.
They
like,
were
I feel like
doing
it
all
all...
the same shit back then.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like... Now it's like being brought to light that it's been going on for this long.
Because when you look at the Vikings, right, like they're supposed to be these murderous, fucking rapist piece of shits, which I mean, they were to an extent. But all the other countries were doing the same fucking shit.
Raping and
They were
pillaging.
doing the same thing.
Even in Vietnam. A lot of, and Korea and stuff. A lot of soldiers came home with these wives.
Yeah, literally.
Or got them up and then left to go back to their own wives. Like, it was just like, oh, here. Like, it's just like a prize to them. It's like a war. It's like a war prize, and it's just like, no, like that's not how.
Yeah, you don't.
Like, I personally would take the, like, I wouldn't even loot. I just feel like that's just unnecessary.
No, yeah,
I'm
it's
still
just
food,
it's like
a little
that
food, but like I'm still a little bit to feed me, to keep me going. But like I feel like that's that greed that we were talking about.
Yeah, literally, like right when people get that power, they are more inclined to go into their subconscious human ways of doing it. You know,
turns you into a different fucking human being.
Yeah.
Once that power hits you.
Yeah, it takes a strong person to break away from that.
But I don't think it's possible, honestly, because I
feel like if you're more in your heart, probably.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have like a group, especially one that has a leader, there's always going to be some sort of corruption that stems from greediness or the power or something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a slight corruption, it's still that person being the leader and being like, okay, I can...
Are you saying like pack mentality? It's like when someone does it, then everybody else is more inclined.
No, just like the leader, they rather... Because, I mean, like even things, I think I've said this, not on like a podcast or something, but, so, controversial warning, I guess, but even like when you're looking at Black Lives Matter, like all the people that are in that group are really doing it for the right reasons, but there's still a hypocrisy to it all. Like I feel like there's always a corruption, there's always a hypocrisy. When, again, you're looking at the leaders being apparent communists / Marxists, like wanting to bring down the whole structure that we already have and make it more of a socialist type of thing, I guess. It's like they're doing it for the right reason, but already they're trying to squeeze in their fucking agendas to try and push
instead of just diffusing and getting like everybody rights and stuff like that, they're trying to take it that step forward when it shouldn't be that step forward. It's like just help everybody out, shut the fuck up, and back off.
The same thing with feminism. You have all your women that really just want equal rights, but then you have another subgroup that they claim it's equality, but they want even more. They want more than men, or they want men to be punished, or they just,
the extremists in every group.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and literally extremists.
Which is the first couple
like
thoughts that went was like
the Islamic State.
Yeah, the Islamic State as well. Yeah, and like that's even Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Like every group has went through that. Like even Gandhi, even the most peaceful protester, had to starve himself to get his people to not protest and all that.
I think I was telling you about Gandhi, right? How
he was actually like racist
apparently
against...
he was actually racist against black people, and he was like he was more of like we were saying before, he was more of the poster child of their whole movement, but it was more of the people themselves that really got things changing. Apparently Gandhi wasn't what everyone makes him out to be, but I haven't done too much research on that, so take that with a grain of salt,
well,
I guess.
Even I was just going to say, like, yeah, I really don't even believe in democracy either. Because, like, there's this Kanye song, which is kind of like the full circle, too, which is, like, everyone in America, it's like free doom. Like, freedom is free doom.
Because I was telling you about this, when it comes to democracy not really being the thing anymore. Remember when I was reading that book and I was saying, obviously, like, World War I around starting then, you had, like, your three main types of governments. You had your fucking communists, your fascists, and then you had, like, democracy, which democracy was trying to fight the other two.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, throughout the years, democracy won. But now it's kind of like, since democracy is the thing now, and since there's nothing for it to fight, it's kind of, people are starting to fail, kind of.
Oh yeah, starting to see the cracks of democracy.
Yeah, you're starting to see the cracks. So now it's like,
it's a terrible
it
system.
may be time for a new type of government or whatever.
Anarchy, and that's what we're going to start seeing, because I'm starting to see the government starting to get scared, because that's the thing, they're afraid of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless of who they are, if everyone could just get the fuck up and then, like, go somewhere, they can't stop us all. That's why I was so adamant on storming Area 51. Like, way back then, I was like, they can literally not stop us all. Like, if they massacred thousands and millions of people,
I was gonna say it's gonna really look bad.
It's gonna really look bad in the sense of they won't be able to, every round, like, let's say you have like over 2 million rounds. The United States alone has like 1 billion people. Like, if the people all cared about and, like, got rid of their individuals, stopped one day and thought, we could storm the White House and take it, and then claim new fucking shit. Like, we can take the figurehead out, but we just choose not to because we're all.
It's because it's like we're all trained to.
Not that I'm gonna do it, but
it's like we're all trained to, like.
I mean, I would.
Personally, I don't believe that the president and the government has that much of an effect on your daily life.
No.
Because think about
it's all a distraction from.
Because think about it, all of our 21, 22 years on Earth, has anything really fucking changed besides us living our lives?
There's always a war. There's always a disease every 4 years. Like, there's always a crisis.
That's another thing we were saying. Every single person that lives on this world is going to witness something happen.
Yeah.
Every person has lived through a war or a bad natural disaster, something. There's always going to be something happening.
Yeah, there's always some type of fear that's being put out into the generations every year.
And see, that's,
to, like, try to stop the individuality.
You can't even, like, go out and, like, and see, the upsetting thing is you can't even go out and settle no more. If I want to go on a fucking mountain, build myself a fucking house, become a mountain man, I can't do that without buying that property.
Yeah, exactly. And you need the license to do everything.
You need the license. You need everything. And it's just like, I didn't need this before.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't need this before. Shit. And Letterkenny did it too. Like, they just built a fucking shack in the middle of the nowhere just to go ice fishing. And I was like, you could probably do that in fucking Canada. Like, that because nobody habited. And, like, this is why also, like, I low-key agree with Thanos and half population. Because, like, we are extremely overpopulated.
Oh, yeah.
We are living in gated communities on top of each other because... And look at our graves. Look at our mass graves.
Yeah, I think we were talking about that last time too.
Yeah,
they recycle all the old people out because there's so many people fucking dying. And like, especially during COVID.
Yeah, like, the coffins melt away, the skeletons there. What do they do with skeletons?
Yeah, they gotta replace it.
Gotta replace it, and then what? You gotta leave a plaque so I can see my name. Fucking with 6, 7, 8, 9 others, like, family graves, like.
Yeah, eventually families are gonna die off. I may be looking at my, grandparents' grave right now, but when I die, I doubt my kids would look at their graves, and then their kids definitely won't look at their graves. It just gets to the point where these people it's like kind of morbid to think about, but they're gonna switch out grades and stuff.
They're gonna.
Yeah.
We're just numbers and time. Like, it's all gonna shift alone. Like, we're all gonna get recycled one day, and that's even if the Earth's still around. But, like, that's why I just don't feel like graves are a thing, because, like, I
think it would be better if, like, we go back to, like, old, like, kind of like Greek times, that we just kind of have, like, a weird, like, memento to, like, remind us of that person, like, have it in our household and stuff. And it'll be like a mini shrine and stuff like that instead of the whole grave thing, because I think they really profit off of like with the name plaques and stuff like that, and the coffins and all the funeral stuff.
$40,000 to bury my fucking.
Do you guys
like,
get creeped out?
Even though
by
you don't
ashes?
need that, by the way.
Ashes.
I get really creeped out when people have like ashes in their
Really?
house.
Why is that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel
it
like
just
it's
creeps me
tied
out.
to that soul.
Yeah, it's just still. It's like.
It's still them.
Yeah,
It's like
still
having a body. Now thinking about it, it's like having a body in your house.
Yeah, literally.
And their energy's still there too.
Yeah.
So like.
That's why I would, when I die, take my ashes, spread them on a fucking mountain.
Yeah, become one with the world.
Yeah, literally.
That's why I was saying bury me as a fucking tree.
I would like to.
Don't even put me in a casket. Put me in the dirt somewhere and let my body decompose into the earth.
For real.
Yeah,
Just about to say that. Yeah, like I just let my bone put something there so like the police know I'm there.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go around like burying my body somewhere, but like it's just somewhere, not shallow grave.
Just like, leave a note with your signature on it. It's like, I have a signature for him saying to just dig him.
I also have this weird thing that I'd like to actually mention here. I feel like I need to have like some sort of like impalement attached to my body when I die. Yeah, either in my brain or heart. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like my energy, like my bad energy.
What's an impalement though? Oh, like literally.
Literally, like yeah, like I feel like
just so you don't come to life again.
Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse.
Well, that's why. I feel like my energy, my bad energy that I've definitely recycled since like I started my journey, like those 18 years of just bad energy and like having going through my shit and like whatnot.
You can get rid of that though.
Oh no, you can, but like I feel like you can. It's always gonna be there. Like I'm always gonna have those feelings in it, and that's just it, and that's what it is. I'm always gonna have those feelings. Those
I think that's just your ego trying to keep hold of you.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like I just feel like that could be corrupted in such a way where I just feel like I need to push in the afterlife as well. But that's also somewhat deciding because it's like I don't want to submit that out because it's just a small fear. Because like I know how bad I got, like, and it's just like how do I repress those feelings and how do I get past greed, which I've had, but it's always going to be there, like those little like moments where you're just like, should I know I shouldn't, should I indulge, it's like
exactly. You always go to it's human nature.
It's always human nature to always go back with
I feel like we can correct our wrongs though.
You
it really
always correct
depends
your
on
wrongs.
like how fucked up you fucked up, but if it's just like some minor like life shit,
it's like cheating on a
know?
diet, then I'm sorry.
Could you imagine you can't go on any pearly gate because you cheated on your diet? Like, can you imagine if it was that specific?
Yeah.
Like, you've committed like 6,000 errors in your life, like that you could not fix. Like,
but what if that's like what the whole point of life is? That we keep getting reincarnated to like fix our fucking shit.
well,
You know?
it's reincarnation.
Yeah, literally, it's
So
just
it's
like
not fun
it's
to
like
have.
karmic lessons and stuff. It's like you did all this bad shit in your past, so now you got to get reincarnated to right all those wrongs. And then you keep doing that until you right all those wrongs, then you get to leave Earth and go on to another section of the universe.
Do you think those people all on that list, if they did committed all that stuff, and everyone in the world they can right their wrong, or do you think they? Like I'm even talking about yourself, like just to come full circle in it. Do you think they'd be able to through the path, or do you think they're even straight further, or they're in a whole different circuit?
I think that they're gonna have to, like, people like that, like, say the people in power now that are running all that shit, probably not. They're probably gonna have to die and get reborn and then go to another whole. Yeah, I think that, like, it's like after this life, you probably get, like, demoted into the next life, and you have, like, a really tough time in life and shit like that.
Yeah, you get taught your lesson.
Yeah, you get taught your lesson in the next life. It's like if you won't get it in this life, you're gonna get it in the next life, and the life after that, and after that, and after that, and after that.
That's true. They might actually. I mean,
they're probably gonna be the fucking slaves in the Middle East and shit like that.
That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to be like that because I was hoping it would be eradicated before their next reincarnation cycle for them. But like, that is a possibility that they will be like a bug and they would feel the heat and stuff. Like they.
Do you know what's funny? My ex and I literally thought up this thing. It's like, what if hell is really that you get reincarnated? Like, say, like, after you get reincarnated, you know the whole entire thing that you get demoted into an animal or like some sort of like mineral.
No,
like,
I
you
thought
turn into
like kind of
coal.
like the untouchable thing, like the Hindu or
the caste system.
Caste system, but like this is just now this is a caste system for like humans would be like the evolution, then you go to an animal. And like keep their degression, is that what you meant? Like
yeah, that's
that's
like the Buddhist. That's like the Buddhist thing.
Back to your single set of email.
Yeah, dude. Like, what if Yeah,
as
like
long as I'm not in danger.
yeah, literally.
Be a narwhal.
It's like it's a gift to be human.
Let me be a puppy in a loving family, and I'm good.
No, you're gonna be a puppy in a fucking adoption place. I'm gonna adopt you.
Oh, you could adopt me, dude.
Yeah, but what I was
Fucking
saying real
pictures.
quick is that like if you like fuck up in this life, that what hell really is that you get demoted to a like a piece of coal and you get like burned in like fire and shit like that, you know, and that's like hell. It's like you really are just getting demoted to like a lesser conscious being, and then you're just.
That's also kind of peculiar because I kind of practice an animism.
Yeah, animism.
Thank you. And everyone has everything has a spirit, and that's an old back and straight back in African roots.
I believe that honestly.
When I was thinking, do rocks also have spirits? I feel like I know they're non thing, but they're there. They're present. They're in my life. Like I have this emotional attachment. Yeah, like exactly the energy. You have the salt lamp behind you that's supposed to emit positive energy.
Yeah.
That rock I just threw it because I fucking wanted to, and I had that emotional connection to rock. I had that memory. Like that's why I feel like significant things, especially like that I told this girl, I was like, I'm gonna get you rocks on the beach. That's my thing. If I like something, I want to get it for you, not in the sense of like materialistic things.
Because that's like when we were walking with Eric, and he said that light post was put up after the person got hit and killed by a car. Like that, I felt energy from.
Yeah, me too. Right
But,
after he
like,
said
I don't
that.
think if I just see a rock on the middle of the road, I'm probably not gonna think that there's anything to that. But something like
I think
that.
it's just that it's made out of matter. It's just not conscious.
Yeah, yeah.
It's still connected to us because we are all composed of the same things in this universe, but like they're not at the same conscious level as we are. You know.
I saw a bird feather. Actually, I forgot to mention that to you guys. I was supposed to give it to you, but I found a bird feather. Right when I was walking outside to do it, I found a bird feather, and I was like, "Yo," like. I was like, yo, can you imagine this is a blue jay right now? Like, I was like, yo, my ancestor. It was just brown.
My ancestor.
It was just a brown. It was just like a brown, straight up black one, and it was just like, oh fuck, this is nice.
Just letting you guys know.
Yeah, I just
Do you
found
know what
it.
they mean though? Like they represent that you're supposed to be going on like your spiritual path and stuff like that, and like there's like higher beings at work. I have a theory that like you go into the woods and like all the extra oxygen that the trees produce kind of like goes into your body and kind of like filters out all like the negative shit, and it gets like sent back into the trees, and it's like constantly just filtering you out and just you know.
And like back to the rock thing, like even if you just like I see a rock all the time, I'm not gonna think, oh, that's a good fucking boulder, like that's somebody I know, like but like once you I feel like you put yourself and you feel grounded in that moment where you just kind of have this beam on you, just kind of like everything that's around you, your like senses aren't heightened. You kind of like
you're in the now.
Like if let's say you kick a rock and you just kick it down the road, that's your fucking rock. And I can tell you right now, people have definitely backed up. If they hit it, they would go to the side of the road. That's your rock. But every other fucking rock on there did not matter to you but that rock. And like you would always kick it and get it in somewhere. Like you kept that rock safe, or you brought it home, or you kicked it into a sewer drain or something. At least I did. Because that rock, now I know that will forever be in that sewer drain until the water moved in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's I feel like it's the emotional level that you put into the conscious being that awakes that said, like, feeling, but also, like, it's a rock. It's supposed to keep you grounded. But, like, I don't know, it's just crazy because, like, it's hard for, like, living things, like the woods, because you're like, that's living. But, like, the non-living things, it's just kind of particular, because I don't think that chair is, like, living.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I think my toys are, but like that's just some like fucking childhood trauma. Like my grandfather used to move my toys around, so I just still think they all like plastic.
up.
Oh yeah, like
oh,
like
shit,
yeah,
he
no.
told you.
Oh no. It was very tiring, but I feel like everything has a spirit. Everything can continue on.
Yeah,
It's just everything. Oh, thank God.
I think that's what that's like the whole entire like purpose of spirituality, honestly. It's just that the acknowledgement that your soul lives on, pretty much, and then like it keeps reincarnating, and that we have like a higher purpose to everything.
I hope they fucking all the sex trafficking and all that, and all the people that are involved. Hopefully,
We're gonna all get what they deserve.
they really would
They
go
will.
into light and fucking fiery blaze of coal
Yeah.
by a hot, sweaty man. Fucking.
No, yeah, but I feel like
Aries
that's
out.
why a lot of like all these like light workers and stuff like that are like coming out of nowhere and stuff. It's like that they are the balance to all the evil that's been going on and shit like that. And I feel like that's why we're here too. It's to shine light on all this stuff.
You might as well.
That's
There's
been happening.
fucking nothing else better to do than just deal with the bullshit that nobody wants to deal with no more.
Yeah, it's like if everybody has a problem with it, then why the fuck not do anything about it if there's literally nothing else to do? It's like, because then we get trapped in what the government keeps telling us to do. It's like, oh, work a 9-to-5 job and all this shit and keep doing all this stuff, but it's like that's only benefiting them and not you as a person. You're not really fulfilling your own, you know,
Yeah,
your
there's
own fulfillment.
professor I had who literally, in best advice he can get, he said, this is, I like doing things. He goes to Peru. He likes going to the woods. He likes getting his fucking, like, he loves all of that shit. Like, he's just a Christian man, so he's got his Christian memorials. And he says, I don't care what you believe in, this is what I believe in, and goddamn, he's cool. Like, and I'm like, okay, cool. So, a couple things wrong. You said God's a guy. You also said, like, you don't respect anyone's other stuff, but, like, he told me, he goes, as much as I love doing the things I love to do individually, I still have to come to realization that I need money and I still need to be a functional member of society to live in the society.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, where it's like everyone wants to work the 9-to-5, but, like, how many stories do you really hear about people going to Hollywood anymore and getting their dream made? It's like all these fluff stories aren't fluffy anymore. It's just,
Yeah, it's because all fame and everything, it's all fake.
becoming relevant now.
It's all fake shit. Yeah, it's like literally showing us like now that
because
everything is like
we like people like us, we don't give a fuck about someone like Kanye West, but we'll listen to like fucking Scrim and Ruby.
Yeah.
And they're like the celebrities to us, but they're not really celebrities, so it's all fucking relative.
Literally.
And then obviously everything else in Hollywood.
It's like just do what you want to
Like,
do that fulfills you, and then I feel like the universe will kind of like.
Including Hollywood's gonna probably shut down now.
With money.
Hollywood.
Because all these people, like, they were probably like parents, like wanting their kids to like be actors and stuff. But like now everybody sees what their shit's coming out. Nobody's gonna want their fucking kids going through Hollywood or anything.
Exactly, but I feel like that's also why we have stuff like YouTube and stuff like that. So we have the individual power. Yeah, and SoundCloud.
Literally anybody can post. You can post your stuff. You can get your little following, and that's it. You don't need to.
You don't need to go through all these other fucking people and stuff like that.
You don't even bow down to a fucking celebrity.
That's why I like Hobo Johnson. Because he literally, like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do but me. He makes his own music, he records his own music, like, the music record company can't tell him what to do and what to produce. Like, he did it all himself, and he lives with 6 other guys, and, like, in a building in Arizona or something. Like, he's just, or something like that. Like, he's just trying to make his best way the way he knows, which is his way. Yeah. Not basically, like, Eminem waited... How long to Dr. Dre to listen to his music? Came in with a sweatshirt, like, gave him a shot. Now he's on the list. Like, it's like, hey, did you really get your money clean? Because clearly you didn't.
Exactly. Because Dre came from all the underground shit. And not underground shit, like, he was in... Oh, wait, this actually makes sense with, do you know what, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Suge Knight or whatever it was. That he was, like, the leader... some shit like that. Like, he was like the leader of like Death Row Records and shit like that. Like, and I feel like that him and Snoop Dogg, like Dre and Snoop Dogg, were like kind of like really like afraid of him. But like when they got onto that, like that's when they popped off. And then also Tupac got onto Death Row Records right after he got to Death Row Records, he died. And I feel like that Suge Knight was probably connected with all these celebrities and big name people and stuff like that.
Biggie Smalls too, like, or another person that died there too. Like, it seems, and that's what I'm saying. It seems like Hollywood is the rich area just blending, because like it's, especially with Disney. Like, I'm just gonna mention this briefly, but Disney, the fact they're monopolizing, and then there's a lot of shady shit.
They really are.
That goes behind there.
Yeah.
And what do? Keep producing feel-good, funny movies because of your family entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, that
blow it all.
That is the most typical thing. And now, this could all be conspiracies. These could all be just things that were propaganda that we're just sitting here bored thinking about. But also, like, is it though? Like, we see some crazy shit. Yeah. Like, we see like
Walt Disney himself fucking hated Jews. Like.
Yeah, and the anti-Semitic cartoons that they produced out. Like, and if you search up like this thing like goofy like character like Chase's Child, it's like, I want you to watch that because it's horrifying what he did to this child. Like, it was just, like, it was a joke because he pulled his tail, but, like, you can see it. Like, there is intent.
Yeah.
And it is scary. We'll watch that right after when we close out. But, like, it's fucking terrifying. And, like, that shit could be happening at Disneyland where kids are supposed to be safe. And, like, you will never know. Like, oh, there's Mickey Mouse.
Tunnels underneath, too.
Yeah.
So the characters can get through the thing? Like, come on. Like,
no.
You're telling me you have carts, and
like
it was that poorly lit too. It's not like lit. It is just like a red, like, bunker. Like,
it's like you go underneath there, and then you're like feel the energy, and you're like, there's some fuck shit that's been going on.
Oh, for sure.
That's definitely
some fuck
not
shit.
godlike.
Not god.
Yeah.
Not famous like. Oh man. The world's fucked up.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Whoa. The world's fucked up.